Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Friday, July 16th, 2021. Welcome back, everyone. Excuse me for the bit of a delay in today's show start. We're here for good. Welcome one and all to, the Friday installment, the last episode this week. Yeah, what is gonna come next? Of course, Bitcoin overnight. At another low for another 2-week low. I think the low in the last 2 weeks. We dipped down just about 31k. What comes next? Currently bouncing. Are we back above 32? Yeah, we're above 32k right now. All eyes on Bitcoin, Big Daddy Bitcoin to steer the market next. Of course, as always, joined with two of the CC lead analysts this afternoon. We've got Jason and Alex with us. Let's hear from Alex first. Alex, how you doing?
I'm great, thanks.
All right, good to hear as always. And Jason, what's going on, buddy?
You know, just
today?
living the dream one day at a time.
Oh, okay.
Hit TP1 on 2 of our shorts currently before we decided to just kind of get quite the buyback here, so feeling good about that.
Yeah, just brushed TP1 for both Jason and I on our shorts.
Matic and Uni.
All right, a couple successful shorts for the group. I wish you guys the best of luck in knocking out a couple more TPs on those. We'll see though. Market
Can't lose now.
I don't know. I think I would rather we got stopped out at break even now and then the market bounced here rather than we hit more take profits. I think I'd rather have that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we're kind of in a position where we'll win either way, so that's good.
No loss situation. That's the whole point.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Let's get right into it. You know how the next 2 hours is intended to unfold. We're gonna get into it from this intro right into the news, where, of course, afterwards we'll get into the main analysis. Yes. All things crypto, all things TA, and all things even wider markets. I gotta say, Alex, you do have a great way of taking us through the major markets and kind of giving us a sense for what finance around the world is doing on most days. We are not just looking at crypto under a microscope. We do indeed seemingly track the wider trends, the wider patterns in financial markets. So my hat's off to you, Alex.
Crypto is no longer an island. Thank you. Yeah, crypto is no longer an island unto itself. So we got to kind of cast our eyes more broadly.
Well said. Well said. All right. Well, with that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. We'll have a look at my watch lists. Let's see what's going on with the latest price action in Bitcoin. Yes, here's today's candle. Wicked as low as, did we get below 31 on Bybit? Let's take a look. How low did Bybit go? No, just a hair above 31K. Yesterday's candle did close firmly below the baseline though, and today seems to be following up. Minx is kind of buried though. Are we overextended? Is it too late to short this? Should I have been shorting this with Alex? Should I held my short open? There's always that. Let's just quickly look on the hourly. Let's see how this breakdown happened and when the rebound occurred.
You know, the markets were just so choppy. It was equally as impossible to hold your shorts open on the daily time frame as it was to hold your longs open on the daily time frame. You know, I think pretty much every oscillator was just back and forth. It wasn't just the time transformation, which is very sensitive. Minx less so, but I think basically anything. So maybe if you were trading the 3-day or you were still looking at the weekly, you could have stayed short the entire time, but I find, daily shorts were just impossible. I mean, we were trading into and out of our moving average. I think that was true for pretty much everybody.
Yep. Choppy.
Yep, it's the very definition of a choppy market. Of course, after the rally earlier this year, I guess people were glued to their terminals even when the market gets hella boring. And a lot of people maybe tap out for the summer session. You've stayed glued to your terminal. Well, it's made for a very long and relatively boring and definitely choppy and quite probably frustrating summer for any traders still here. All right, let's. There is a quick look at Bitcoin on the hourly. Yep. Seems like 7 hours ago we put in one hell of a buy candle after drooping as low as indeed, yep, just above 31K. See what's going on with Ethereum. Yes, here's Ethereum. Looks like the baseline's caught up with Ethereum too now. Ethereum looking pretty scraggly down here. Yeah, we dipped as low as 1850 overnight. Currently bouncing back above 1900, but everything is firmly below the baseline. Even WAD has flipped negative. Things are looking droopy for Ethereum. See if there's any trend afoot in Ethereum Ethereum Bitcoin, I should say. Yeah, it looks like Ethereum Bitcoin opening itself up for a short. Let's see here. Yeah, we closed yesterday just below the Keltner channel, and we're still below the baseline today. The WADA filter certainly picking up some steam here. Almost looks like a full short. Ethereum Bitcoin, everybody. Let's have a look here. EOS had a nice little pump off the bottom. Let's take a look at this on the hourly. Yeah, check out this hourly action.
I just goes to show you how easy it is to find yourself zooming in. I guess maybe it's not a huge movement compared to how big the price movements have been, over the last few months. But hey, we're more up off the bottom than Ethereum and Bitcoin are. So right now, EOS Bitcoin is up, EOS Ethereum is up, which is good. You guys know I'm kind of looking for EOS to outperform these things going forward. We'll see. It's nice that it seems to be having a stronger reaction than the other ones do from the bottom. And I think I might see a break of trend there on EOS USDT. I don't... Is there a line to be drawn there?
Let's take you talking about the on the hourly.
Right there, yeah. Do I see a break?
Well, yes. If I were to draw a bit of a line through here, or if you'd like to draw it even higher, let's delete this line here, and I guess you could start the line from all the way around here. I guess you could roughly say we've broken the downtrend. Fake out before the weekend.
Maybe, but I mean, if we hold it today,
it'll be interesting if we hold it.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't yet have the breakout of Bitcoin on the hourly, which we'll go over.
Indeed. All right. Let's go ahead and let's go through a couple more charts here real quick. Let's get back on the daily here. What is XRP? XRP up to today? Had some pretty wicky action on today's candle. Still above the baseline, presently at 60 cents. That's a quick look. Here is DOT continuing its collapse, currently at 1273. Here we are below the Keltner channel today. Close like this. I wonder if we're about to plummet. Quickly, let's look at Kusama, faring a bit better than DOT, still above its baseline. $187 Kusama, everyone. Here's Cardano, looking a lot like XRP, drooping and collapsing below the baseline. Even WADA picking up a bit of steam here. Man, is the next leg down imminent for the entire crypto market? Doge Perp. Doge. 18-cent Doge. Man, here we are flirting with the very bottoms of this giant corrective cycle. Of course, previous bottoms of this dump. Doge as low as 16 cents. Man, we're not far from that at all. Where is that? Where's that target of mine? 7-cent Doge right here. Let's put a horizontal line across it. We're not far from that. That's going to take another 50-60% move down from here to really rattle all the Doge boys from 2020. Doge gang for life? Maybe not. Bit of a reversal on gold after a multi-day climb. How about that? Selling off today. Or is this just Wall Street hitting the sell button before they check out for the weekend? Very quickly, let's look at Dixie. Yeah, Dixie still somewhat bitterly hanging on to this local trend here. Of course, I'll save further TA for Alex when he gets on, guys. There's a quick recap of some of the last 24 hours of price action. Go ahead and get into the next piece going on in the bubbles territory. Yes, here is your look at Bubbles Day. NEM, big day for NEM. Feels good knowing that despite how dire and troubled things look in the crypto space, days like this, the days we've had recently with Axie, AXS, And I guess a day like this with NEM posting decent gains, this makes me feel a little comforted. Makes me feel like there's still bullishness. There's still someone buying and looking for opportunities to time a bottom. And price action like this on bubbles makes me think of exactly that. NEM up nearly 26%. Cosmos, aka Atom, up nearly 20%. And some single-digit gainers by the looks of that. Waves, Luna, XLM, HBAR, all up about 7 to 10%. Not too shabby. Among today's losers, though, of course, is AXS, Axie Infinity, down nearly 12%. Clout, this new one, Clout, down 12% after a pretty, I want to take a closer look at Clout later. It looks like it really did fall off. Pump and dump, listing and dump. I'm not too sure. Anybody know anything about BitClout? Curious about the story of this BitClout, but the mixed bag here in the alt space. Hope everybody's faring decently well, though. Not all bad. All right. Yeah, I even see Rune, Thorchain here down 10%. I heard there was a bit of an exploit deployed successfully on Thorchain overnight. Anybody hear about this? Hackers got away with a few million. Hackers got away with a few million. I'll see if I can pull that up. Let me just type it in here. Thorchain. And here we go, Thorchain $5 million exploit. I'll just cue this into the news today, guys. We'll look at that very shortly now. All right, there was a brief look at your bubbles. Let's get into the next piece, shall we? I guess that's going to be news. Let's do it. All right, let's put the first story up on the screen. Let's see here, we're doing good. Yep. All right. Audio levels look okay too. We had a Windows update, big Windows update overnight. That usually has a habit of breaking OBS and some of the audio, but I think we're okay. All right. First piece here from you today. Treasury Secretary Yellen urges federal agencies to collaborate on crypto regulation. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen just announced her plan to convene multiple financial regulators in order to discuss stablecoins on July 19th. Man, these guys are, crypto's a side piece. The main event here is stablecoins. Apparently, for the regulators, don't play in their fiat realm. Apparently, let's see here. Quote: bringing together regulators will enable us to assess the potential benefits of stablecoins while mitigating risks they could pose to users, markets, or the financial system. Man, last thing I guess they want is you having access to fiat in the middle of a banking crisis, maybe. She added that it was important
because the Bank of England guy said that cryptocurrencies are no threat to the traditional finance, right? So they don't need to worry, because they just go talk to the Bank of England guy. Don't worry.
He might have been thinking specifically crypto. The stable coins, I guess, is what they're worried about. These central banks, they make their bread by kind of either contracting or expanding the supply of money, how much they loan out. That's their shtick. That's their angle. I guess when the common folk deploy their own fiat-pegged cryptocurrencies, that I guess encroaches a little too much on their territory. It kind of threw a wrench in whatever they have planned for the economy. With that said, so clearly, let's see here. She added that it was important for multiple agencies to work together in order to regulate digital assets due to the rapid growth. Quote, in light of the rapid growth of digital assets, it's important for the agencies to collaborate in the regulation of this sector and the development of any recommendations for new authorities. This comes after, yes, something we covered yesterday, Jerome Powell raising concerns over unregulated stablecoins during his July 15th hearing. Back in January, Yellen did say cryptos were of particular concern due to their illegal use cases. During her confirmation hearing in February, she doubled down on her criticism by slamming Bitcoin as extremely inefficient. All right. A lot of these people like to ignore the elephant in the room, the token economics, the hard cap. I guess it's for central bankers, it's all about fiat and not quite store value or hard assets like gold or I guess Bitcoin. Now, all they can think about is, well, our fiat system is super high speed and it checks all the boxes we need to have kind of control the economy to some degree or another. All right, there is Janet Yellen's comments this Friday afternoon. All right, let's have a look at this piece from ZY Crypto. Shocker as Dogecoin founder reveals why he'll never return to crypto. All right, what exactly soured the Dogecoin founder? Let's find out. In a never-before-seen thread of passionate vituperations, interesting, the co-founder of the ever-lovable, highly memed canine-themed cryptocurrency Dogecoin spilled the can about crypto, calling it a get-rich-quick funnel for the rich. Jackson Palmer, who has maintained privacy off Twitter for close to 2 years, briefly got online Wednesday to respond to questions about his withdrawal from the internet and public space and opinions about the space of crypto. The former business catalyst summarized the length and breadth of what appears to be personal growing frustration about the current state of the crypto market. Here are some of his tweets below. All right, I'm very curious. What did he have to say? After years of studying it, I believe that crypto is an inherently right-wing, hyper-capitalistic technology built primarily to amplify the wealth of its proponents through a combination of tax avoidance, diminished regulatory oversight, and artificially enforced scarcity. Can't say he's totally wrong here. Palmer's thread, which gathered almost 40,000 likes across all of his tweets, described the current crypto system as a ring of manipulative connections that ramp up the media with hype to lure naive investors and rake in new money for old capitalists. Quote, cryptocurrencies like taking the worst parts of today's capitalist IG, corruption, fraud, inequality, and using software to technically limit the use of interventions, e.g. audits, regulation, taxation, which serve as protection or safety nets for the average person, Palmer added. Though it's widely echoed how crypto and its underlying blockchain technology's brilliant attempt at decentralization and a better replacement for traditional financial systems, Palmer believes the existence of a powerful cartel of wealthy figures have tilted the efforts of the technology towards incorporating many aspects of the existing financial system crypto supposedly set out to replace. Let's see here. Palmer badly berated the odious level of attacks that most unwavering critics of crypto tend to attract, implying that there is a rapid erosion of good faith replaced by the parched thirst to grow richer. He, however, left a few things of commendation for people in the industry who still strive to maintain the original course of crypto as an innovation and ask the much-needed questions about changing sphere of crypto, as he believes these tweets may last a long while. The Australian-born crypto enthusiast expressed unwillingness to make future remarks about the crypto space. All right, sounds like somebody's a little jaded, a little bitter, but I mean, yeah, maybe his conscience. Go ahead.
81 pointed out that this guy is the only person on Earth who hasn't made money off of Doge. He's got to be real salty.
He's just gonna give up on life.
You know what? I have a suspicion that could be very well part of it. Not to say that his remarks don't have merit. Yeah, this is a Shark's Pool, guys, and there's a lot of people looking to get rich quick. Sadly, that type of greed might very well get you in trouble and get your just desserts. So I'm not entirely certain that every bit of greed and ill intent in this space just gets by unpunished. A lot of people get wrecked. A lot of people get their just desserts. It is a brutal space, of course. This is the world we live in. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's inherent to crypto or if it's just a feature of our current world and our current financial landscape. People want to get wealthy, and we speculate on things. At least the ledger is pretty honest, and the counts are pretty honest. Everything beyond that is buyer beware. But there are some comments from the Dogecoin founder. Yes, hints at a little bit of sour grapes, doesn't it? But he does bring up some meaningful points, and this is probably why I don't shill every new meme coin under the sun. And when people ask what to buy, what's the next get rich quick, we generally respond, buy Bitcoin. Play it safe, don't be greedy. One coin to rule them all. All right, there's some Dogecoin founder comments. Go ahead and get into the next piece. We have the BOA, Bank of America, has begun clearing Bitcoin futures. Let me read into this to figure out what this means exactly. Close this. Bank of America has entered the Bitcoin futures trading game. The bank is clearing cash-settled Bitcoin futures, a type of contract that settles in US dollars rather than Bitcoin itself. Reported two sources reporting to CoinDesk and this development on Friday morning. In a sense, this news isn't surprising. Clearing cash-settled futures on exchanges like CME is similar to trading of any other cash-settled product. Still, the news illustrates that Wall Street's warming up to the Bitcoin market. Goldman Sachs relaunched its own crypto trading operation, offering clients exposure to Bitcoin futures through trading partners like Digital Galaxy. Goldman and Morgan Stanley have also announced initiatives that would offer Bitcoin-tied products to some of their private wealth clients. As for BOA, support for Bitcoin futures would not be its first foray into the market. The bank launched a new research team dedicated to covering the crypto market. Previously reported, the new unit is being led by Mr. Alkesh Shah, who joined the bank in 2013. Blah, 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 blah. All right, so I guess BOA clearing Bitcoin futures. Of course, a lot of people say this is not a good thing. This is how the bankers dump on us. Alas, adoption is adoption, even if it is cash settled. All right. Yeah, you guys remember, seemed not long ago, tokenized stocks appeared on Binance, tokenized Apple, Tesla, tokenized Coinbase. Apparently, Binance is now pulling out of such offerings. Tokenized stocks or digital assets pegged to the price of the company's shares are no longer available for purchase on Binance.com. Offerings had included the likes of Tesla, Apple, and Coinbase shares, which Binance claims were fully backed through shares held by its partner, German-based investment firm CM Equity AG. Support for stock tokens was first made available on Binance.com in April of 2021. Yeah, it was just a few months ago, which was enabled through a partnership with Digital Assets AG, a firm focused on issuing tokenized financial products. Quote, this was probably back then. Today we're announcing that we will be, no, this is today. Today we are announcing that we will be winding down support for stock tokens on Binance.com to shift our commercial focus to other product offerings, the announcement reads. Although the exact reason for the about face is unclear, Binance's reversal in tokenized stocks comes as financial regulators around the world are putting pressure on the firm. Officials in Germany, Thailand, Japan, Canada, United Kingdom have all issued warnings about the exchange over recent months. The firm has been dropped by payment processor Clear Junction, and certain banking relationships in Europe and around the world are coming into question. More broadly, it raises doubts about Binance's hyper-growth strategy of rapidly launching new products around the world, such as debit cards and derivative products. Users currently holding stock tokens have 90 days to sell their shares. Clients in the European Economic Area and Switzerland have the option to transfer their holdings to a new digital asset platform from CM Equity. After October 14, 2021, they will not be able to manually sell or close their positions on Binance's site. All right, if you're holding Tesla, Apple, or Coinbase on Binance, tokenized version of the stock, well, this little experiment is now over. I ask you, gentlemen, to peacefully exit stage right.
Well, they are there because of the Hong Kong thing.
What about the Hong Kong thing?
Hong Kong also came out with like some anti-Binance stuff, and one of the things they specifically noted was Binance tokenized stock offerings, and then the next day they do this.
Interesting.
So I mean, yeah. So this is part of the, I think this is part of the coordinated like worldwide attack on Binance right now. You see like country after country, England, Italy, Hong Kong, United States, several others have come out, and they're not happy with their citizens doing business, or they're not happy with Binance doing business with their citizens.
Yeah, that certainly seems to be what's happening in this case. It seems like a bit of a voluntary move, but I guess it's to keep the regulators off their backs. Man, so much for this experiment in tokenizing traditional stock.
Alex81SG says, I find tokenized stocks despicable and quite honestly a stupid way to speculate. You're literally buying and selling thin air. I disagree. How is that really different from any other token that represents another asset? I mean, sure, you're trusting that the entity has the assets that it represents. But I mean, that's true for the USDTs and USDCs that we're trading. That's true for a lot of the pegged or tokenized stuff that we're trading in crypto. Also, people trade CFDs. I was talking to someone about that earlier today. At CFD, you don't even touch the underlying. You literally take out a contract with the exchange, and you're basically betting on the direction that the stock is going to go, and then it's a contract for the difference in the price where you bought and sold. So maybe this is a matter of definition. I don't see it as air, but if it is air, then it's no more air than like half of the other financial products that we trade.
Yeah, it gives you the opportunity to speculate on moving the price. So maybe not. I don't have such a negative take on it, of course, unless more immature, unsophisticated investors are getting themselves into trouble trading these particular stocks on Binance. But again, it seems no less risky or dangerous, or much less even volatile than some of the crypto that we can get on Binance.
Yeah, I see tokenized stock as just a way to it's like an early way to fractionalize stock, or maybe fractional stocks are an early form of like tokenized stock. Because obviously, once you have tokenized stuff, and you have like 0.000001, units of Tesla stock or whatnot.
Sure does give the smaller.
81SG said that's true. That he feels like anything where you don't own the underlying is air. Do you feel that way about perpetual futures contracts? You never really own the underlying. I mean, with a quarterly future, maybe you especially physically deliverables, you've got something there, but stocks aren't already fractional everywhere, and also crypto is still easier to trade and move around than it is than trading stocks on exchanges are, even fractionalized stocks. With tokenized stock, you can take it off exchange and you still have those stock tokens, but if an exchange goes down and they've taken they can just take the money of all the people that are on the exchange that supposedly bought fractional stock, but they didn't actually buy fractional stock. Robinhood, it's questionable, how much of the fractional stock they actually own.
Right.
He says it's say perpetual. He thinks it's a mostly negative impact on the underlying assets. Okay. All right. Well, if that's your opinion, I respect that. I don't have a strong opinion that would say like you're wrong here, but I just my intuition is different.
Yeah, be sure to voice your complaints to BOA as well, because that's pretty much what their cash settled Bitcoin futures market does about the same. I too wish that a lot of these things would be settled and more transparent, especially with an underlying asset like Bitcoin, but alas, that's just not the world we live in. All right, let me just quickly change the playlist here. Here we go. All right, enough of the tokenized assets and more Binance trouble. Let's see what time we have here. 1:36. All right, I'm going to try and wrap up this news segment in the next 4 minutes. Here is the THORChain exploit I mentioned earlier. THORChain suffers a $5 million exploit. Developers have put out a quick fix. Cross-chain exchange THORChain suffered a $5 million exploit on Friday. Since the attack, developers have put out an emergency release to fix the bug and have promised the treasury will be used to make liquidity providers whole. The exploit was announced around 10 UTC, with initial reports estimating the size of the hack around 13,000 Ethereum, $24 million. Before, this was revised to about 4,000 ETH, which is about 7 million, and then later revised again to about $4.9 million. These funds taken were in Ether and Ethereum-based tokens. Quote, "This is a disappointing moment for all, but LPs and nodes should be unaffected. After all is recovered, the funds will be restored," tweeted the official THORChain account. THORChain is a protocol for swapping native assets such as Bitcoin and Ether between different blockchains, but without wrapping them as tokens on other chains. Its ChaosNet is effectively a cross-chain decentralized exchange. Thorchain is used by exchanges such as Shapeshift, which is going fully decentralized. All right, Thorchain doing some pretty novel, but this does, of course, open you up to some very clever attackers. Let's see here. When the attack was noticed, nodes running the network halted it, preventing the attack from getting worse. The threshold to halt the network is a third of the 38 nodes running it. Since the bug was found, Thorchain's developers have already put out a fix and are encouraging node operators to update their software. After the exploit occurred, Wi-Fi's Andrew Crony tweeted, quote, "Innovation leads to exploitation. It's why hardened protocols often stop innovating. Very little upside to increase risk by innovating. It's why we also see more exploits in new developing sectors," end quote. Price of Thorchain, blah blah blah. All right, nothing to worry about here. All right, well, some Thorchain liquidity providers might be feeling the sting, but apparently, get ready, they will make you whole. Interesting comments here, of course, by Andre. Innovation leads to exploitation. Hardened protocols stop innovating. You know, Bitcoin probably being the best example in this case.
Yeah, he would have to say that. Hasn't like every single one of his fucking protocols been hacked? Yeah, that better be his fucking opinion, right?
We're just innovating here, guys. Doesn't come without risk.
Every good blockchain project should be hacked, right? I mean, we've been hacked like 5 times. That makes us the best blockchain project.
It's an interesting new metric. Here comes the exploit index on FTX, the most exploited, the basket of the most exploitable coins, coming your way on FTX. Exploit perp. Here it comes.
That's how you know innovation's happening here.
I mean, I will give him, you know, I'll give him some respect. Indeed, this is pretty much a live fire exercise. Sometimes you do have casualties. It's all in the name of developing. But yes, he's of course famously at the helm of so many famously exploited projects over the years. All right, Thorchain $5 million exploit. Somebody made a quick 5 mil. Congrats, I guess. Let's have a look here. All right, final item of the day. Let's see here, the Anonymous. Yes, remember when Anonymous used to be so much more relevant? Seemingly, they popped up in so many internet discussions. Well, Anons are back. Anonymous announces its intent to wage war against China, Elon, and with their new token. Okay, let's see here. Guys, I will warn you before Alex even does. This could be a blatant shilling of some new Anonymous token. Please keep your discernment and your wits about you. Anonymous is back, and this time they're bringing a new token with them, dubbed Anon Inu. Okay, the famous hacker group Anonymous is in the news today after it announced its intent to wage war against China and Elon Musk with its new token. Although the two seem like an odd...
Out of here.
Yeah, although the two seem...
I believe that you are gonna let... No, why are we even talking about this? This is literally a waste of our breath.
All right, fair enough. I will wrap this up here. I'm just curious as to what these two have in common. Well, what's the overlap here between China and Elon? Why are they both in Anonymous's sites? Let's see.
Because fuck Elon Musk, and like they're both just, it's a meme. It's like, oh, do you want to do something blah blah blah, something you feel emotional about, then blah blah blah, buy this thing. It doesn't mean anything. This is a press release. It's
Yes, I did warn you guys that would probably be the case after reading that intro. Just to quickly clarify, their beef with China relates to Chinese authorities regulating mining and the industry at large. According to Anonymous, this was a deliberate attempt by the CCP to curb competition for their new digital yuan.
Also, literally anybody can post as an anonymous person on 4chan.
Yeah, that too.
It's anonymous. Like
that too.
Killing my brain cells. Stop. Make it stop.
And I think Elon, we can put together why they have a beef with Elon. All right. Well, I'm not sure what Anon Inu is actually going to do to stick it to these particular parties, but. Good luck to them, I suppose. And yes, might not actually be affiliated with Anonymous, hence the name. All right, enough of that, guys. Let's get into shouting out the audience. Actually, Should I do audience first or today's poll? Maybe we will do today's poll first. All right. Let me drop this into the live chat here, and here we go. All right, here is a quick look at today's poll, guys. We will check in with the results a little later in the show. In the meantime, let me drop the link to today's poll in the live chat. There it is. Do give that a shout, give that a look. It's in the community tab on our YouTube channel page if you're having trouble finding it. And of course, today's poll reads, what sort of price action do you predict will happen this July weekend? All right, we just tapped 31K, seemingly bouncing from here. What do you think comes next? Two options. It's nice and simple for today's poll. Option 1, 31K was another local bottom for Bitcoin. BTC pumps now. Do you think this is it? Are we going to bounce from here? Are we going to do another dance within the range? Are we about to climb toward 34, 35K or higher? Do you think so? This first option is for you. Second option, Bitcoin will continue downwards from here. 30K or below is imminent. All right. You think this is just a very, very brief relief rally, and the next 48 to say 72 hours is going to hold serious downside? Are we about to come crashing down? The second option is for you. Me, I am of course a permabull, but man, I do feel this bearish chill entering the room. I think I'm gonna pick the bearish option for today. Thank you to everybody, of course, for applying. Let me just double check how many. We have 10 votes in already. And it seems the majority of respondents, 80% of you so far, think BTC will continue downwards from here. 30K or below is imminent. All right, make sure you hit that like button. I see 2 people left a comment too. None of your business over on YouTube writes 100% down at the time of voting. Yes. And Alex says number go up. Okay, guys. I'll check back in the poll later. Thank you, of course, for anybody who contributes a response. Let me know, up or down this weekend. Certainly feel like we're hanging over a precipice, are we not? All right, now we're ready to get into the live chat comments. I'll try to make this brief, guys. We're going to get into the TA in just a couple of minutes. Let's do it. All right, who is here first this afternoon? Ron Legato on YouTube. Shoutouts to Ron. Thank you again. Daniel, hi guys. Shoutouts to Daniel. Electric writes howdy howdy. Shoutouts to Electric. Gravy, grits, and greens. Get him up grits out. Gonna fry him deep. All right. Shoutouts to Gravy, grits, and greens on D-Live. Thank you again for joining us. Any word, I'm gonna just start buying gold, says Any Word. Yes, throw in the towel on crypto. Get your inflation super hedge gold up next. Taz Blitz, good day to all. Shoutouts to Taz Blitz. Varun on Twitch. What's up, everyone? Shoutouts to Varun. Any word, gold is the prettiest color. All right, I'm glad you like it. Grits are the same color, but you can eat them. Yes, can't eat your gold, but you certainly can eat your stockpile of grits. Nice hash login. Bull, triple exclamation mark. All right, are you calling bull or are you calling a bull market? Hamid Paxar. Hey man, what about on-chain metrics? On-chain metrics are all over the place. I see Bitcoin being withdrawn from exchanges. I see stories of whales depositing Bitcoin on exchanges. I see stablecoin issuance drying up. On-chain metrics, we can talk about those for hours. Any word, atom bomb blew up. Okay. We're referring to Atom or something in particular. Any word. Gravy, grits, and greens. Market probably bounces here, and SLID probably gets sold into. Okay. A bounce and a sell into. How high will we bounce? Dark Rico on D-Live. Hey, Dark Rico, what's up, buddy? Welcome back to the show. Mac W writing Doge, exclamation mark. All right, we have one Doge fan in here. Philly Carr on YouTube. Evening, fellas. Shoutouts to Philly. Good to have you back on the show. Zombieologist. Zombie, what's up, buddy? Welcome back on Twitch. Dave Rice on YouTube. Shoutouts to Dave. Daniel, UPCOIN, biggest rug pull in history. UPCOIN, eh? I wasn't aware there was another high-profile rug pull. I'll certainly look at that in a little bit. CryptoBull21, a coin cannot be stable if they print whenever they want more. Not quite the definition of a stable coin, but I feel what you're getting at. Waterdog 187. Hello, I bought 5 million Kick tokens, Kick coins. Let's see here. It went to 22. I had 100K, but when I went to sell it, it said its value was only $800. This was through Uniswap. Any idea what happened or who to contact to look into it? I emailed MetaMask. Oof. Waterdog 187. I think you're in trouble. Sounds like a fascinating ordeal that you're in.
Yeah, well, I told him. Well, I mean, it's not. Anyway, if you scroll down, you will see that I told him that there's no, especially with decentralized exchanges. Listen, there's no one you can go to and say, hey, the price that I thought I was getting is not the price that I'm getting right now. You either read the chart wrong or you got scammed. I'm sorry that either one happened, but there's really not much you can do other than sell it at the price that you're getting or choose to hold on to it longer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kick token?
MetaMask is not going to do anything, literally.
Yeah, Kick token. Hold on. Didn't we do a story? Kick X airdrops millions of frozen tokens to ETH wallets. Yeah, I remember Justin did a show on this Kick token. I don't know. This whole thing seemed highly sus. Kick token. I mean, look, man.
K-I-C-K or K-I-K? This is K-I-C-K.
K-I-C-K. K-I-C-K. I think it's the same one that Justin covered in that story way back when. I mean, the whole thing sounds fishy. Waterdog 187. Maybe DM me on Discord. I'm curious to see if I can unpack what it is you experienced, but it's entirely likely you didn't have the fortune you think you did. All right. Gravy Grits and Greens, I see your request. Hang tight. Doge founder says Alex A1 SG. Is there anyone out there who didn't make? Yes, we covered that comment, and indeed does seem like sour grapes. Salty, yes he does. Let's see. To hell with the banker, says Rolla Maximus. Crypto Caveman is with us today. He says, what's up, gents? I see your request. We'll add that in a little bit. Chico Blanco Verano on YouTube joins us. Smash them likes, ya mugs. Yes, smash those likes, guys. Does go a long way. Rollo Maximus, Dogecoin founder, is hoping to work for the establishment. Not quite, depending which establishment you're talking about. Rollo Maximus calls him a cuck. Okay, everyone in crypto getting taken for a ride. It certainly is, guys. I mean, this is just the nature of the world. You can't be naive. You can't be a sheep, because you're gonna get, I don't know, slaughtered. Intuitive Optic, blockchain future is inevitable. Dogecoin and meme coins are for fools. Certainly. I can see why the Dogecoin founder could certainly think, based on seeing the crazy explosion in the price and the speculation and all the people getting wrecked on Doge presently. I can understand why he may be walking away with his conclusions. Alex81SG, I don't get why it's so hard for some people to understand that crypto is high risk, high reward. High risk means prepare to moon or go to zero. Some people, I think, do understand this idea that it's high risk, high reward, but they still object to this whole thing, right? It's like it's just a high stakes casino, and they feel that it's mostly going to end in tears for most participants, and that's their criticism. Chico Blanco Verano, why do you think CoinDesk pushes the whole inflationist, anti-central banking, and public spending narrative? Because this whole inflationist, anti-central banking thing is at the core of crypto. That's like, it attracts the libertarians, the libertards, and the anti-central banking types, right? Everybody's, people have been exposed to, the creature from Jekyll Island type talking points for years now. And this is the cloud on which Bitcoin and many cryptos ride. If it makes the money, it makes number go up, basically. So everybody's out to get their own in this space. Trust no one. Alex81SG, I find tokenized stocks despicable. We covered some of these comments. So let's wind this down. Nomi Python on Twitch. What coins do you guys recommend for scalping? Alex says, I would recommend not scalping in this market. The big guys just don't want the little guys in their market without regulation. The stock tokens are tradable 24/7 without KYC. That's one potential argument to be made. got me that 250 Fox airdrop too. Crypto Bull got his hands on some of those Fox tokens. Crypto Bull, do tell. Were you a recipient on account of using Shapeshift? Or did you get your Fox based on using another DEX? Do tell how you got your 250 Fox today. Never in my life have I got an airdrop, says Nomi Python. Yes, we've had a good few ones over the years, haven't we? I also bought the Keep Key when they were only $15 from Shapeshift. Probably had something to do with it. Okay, now I probably know how you did. I missed that on the Uni airdrop, though. That was huge. Yes, the Uni airdrop was magnificent.
I missed it by 1 day.
Wow. Chico Blanco Verano, it's about getting hit and getting back up, Alex. Jeez. Good luck waging war with China. What an idiot, says Philly Carr. All right, yes, in this case, that's probably appropriate. RK, pretty sure this ain't the real original Anonymous. Yes, and, you know, based on the nature of Anonymous, it's hard to determine who can actually claim to be the original, the real Anonymous. But indeed, indeed, this seems like a another meme coin that's kind of out of date. It's out of style the moment it's arrived. It's too late to the party. Anonymous is not the internet force or meme that it once was. Elon is fair game, says Philly Carr. Okay, so don't pick a fight with China, but Elon is fair game. Anonymous released a video against Elon, warning him. Ooh, I bet Elon is scared. All right, this is some Fed, says Chico. Yeah, this thing stinks. Don't go anywhere near Shiba Inu, Anon Inu. Mac W says he likes silver. What's up?
It's a Freudian slip.
Yeah. Profit Bear, what's up, y'all? My patience is growing thin. I want to buy, but I must sit on these hands. Profit Bear, good idea. Sit on those hands. Buying. Wait for the panic to the blood to really start dripping in this space. Wait for that 7-cent Doge and then buy it all up. The Splashy 85 Bondly got hacked too a few days ago. Oh. All right.
They must be very innovative.
Yes.
They must be the cutting edge.
There's an old kick and a new kick on CoinMarketCap? I really don't know. It's tough to say. Buck the Fankers, says Gravy Grits and Greens. Buying meme coins is no crazier than buying tulips, really, says CryptoBull21. And their vocab and speech patterns seem off. Not sure which vocab and speech pattern you're talking about. That's just the autism, says Chico. Autism is genius. Certainly is, at least in today's internet age. All right, that's your comments this afternoon. How are we doing on time? All right, we're almost an hour into the show. It's time to get into the next segment. It's going to be TA. It's what you're all here for, the high quality TA, a look at the broader global markets, the great trends afoot, not just the micro view into crypto, but the full view of what's going on in this world, not just shilling the here we are. Looks like I just connected to Alex. Let's get into it. BTC USD perp on the 3 hour. Yeah, I think we're synced up. And yeah, I'm going to dive into the live chat, guys. Start extracting your requests. In the meantime, Alex, you have the helm from here. I'll be back.
Which was
I'll be back.
So this is what I'm looking at right now. We're right up against our downtrend. On lower time frames, this actually looks like we could break up here. Kind of reset on our oscillator.
Yep.
Ready to just curl up here. Consolidate here above these resistance levels. Resistance here.
Bullish divergence.
Up a line, you can see what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So we could move up here, and this 1 hour price movement is why I just said number go up on today's poll. It's slightly encouraging, but we'll see. You could draw the 4 hour trend here as broken, I believe, on Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't really think I'm cheating here. We'll even be a little less gracious and we're still on the other side of it. Yeah. And then we've got a lot of room to move up to the less parabolic downtrend, which is all the way up here. So we break this, we can move anywhere in this area, all the way back up to retest 33,000 from below, which is right around local point of control here. So I'm, at least on lower time frames, I'm kind of biased long right now. And we also, I want to note, we had a nice reaction off this bottom for alts at least. When Bitcoin moved up here, Ethereum also moved up fairly strongly off of this spot. You can kind of see it on Ethereum Bitcoin. So it moved up at the same time here. EOS had a very nice reaction. You can see that on EOS versus ETH as well. Let's go back to Ethereum here. So Ethereum is actually right around, it's basically doing the same thing. We'll see here we have hourly trend that we are right up against. Draw it more like this, like that. We'll do. We're also kind of setting up here potentially for a bounce. Although this one, it's not so clear that we're above the resistance level like we are on Bitcoin back here. See, here, we're above resistance. On Ethereum, it's kind of inside this area, actually. Anyway, it's interesting, and what's the word I'm looking for? It's suggestive, but we just have not quite broken this downtrend yet. You see, there's a very strong downtrend. I would even be willing to, call this part a fake out. Let's draw this way closer here. Say, oh, we're close to breaking this. Maybe I'm being too gracious here. Let's not. This is probably more like the trend. Let's draw it out here. We're close to breaking this downtrend. We're right up against it. If we break it, I think it's a great long to take back towards 2100, 2150. This is clearly the area we would be drawn to the most with the point of control here. But you want to wait for the break. So we're just going to wait for the break here. Looks very nice. We're going to wait for it. Don't forget, this area is also the one we've been eyeing for 4 weeks now as a reversal area. With this being previous resistance here. Resistance, support. And here we are kind of breaking down a little, but consolidating back in this area. See, it has potential to break up. Moving on to the dollar. I don't know. The dollar is really sidling up to resistance here. I would classify this as could go either way. This is still too close to call. Yeah, so we're not out of the woods here. If the dollar breaks up, then that's going to be... It'll be a shocker for the markets here, I think. Don't forget that most people are net short the dollar when they're long equities and commodities and everything. So if the dollar goes here, it could cause I want to say a panic, but it could cause quite a volatile movement in the markets here. It would be shocking, I think. All right, so the Dixie is up today. The Dixie is up just a little bit here today. So if the Dixie is up, then we should see the broader markets downish, maybe a little bit sideways. It's down, I would say. Let's see. Boom. That's kind of ugly, right? Earlier today, we get this one more gap up here. And that's a really ugly rejection today. So we gap up all the way here. We open up at new all-time highs today. Actually, I'm sorry. That's not a new all-time high today.
Hello.
We open above resistance, and then we sell down all day long. Let's go to lower time frames. Here's this hour one. Push all the way down. We try and recover. We retest the local point of control here. We reject again. I think this looks like the Dow Jones is really rejecting here. Look at this on the 4-hour right here. Very interesting. Okay, Dow Jones down. If the Dow Jones is this down, then most likely the NASDAQ is too. Yeah, okay. And this is kind of what we were expecting. We had this break of the uptrend here yesterday. Today we're getting the confirmation we open and close below this trend, and we are also closing below our 60 whole moving average here. Don't forget that we have this bearish divergence on the daily that's playing out right now. S&P breaking below our resistance level and breaking below our support level on the daily. We do have the same bearish divergence here that we do on the NASDAQ, but we are holding the uptrend at present. This is I think this was the 3-day uptrend. Let me draw this off the 3-day. Yeah, that's right. I redrew this. That's right. I redrew this because the way I had it drawn off the daily, we broke it over here, but we kept marching upwards anyway. 3-day sell signal, which we get in an hour and a half. Here we go. Overall, I think this looks like we may be in for a really rough week next week. So today is Friday, and we're going to be closing the day with the markets having broken their uptrends. Clearly, it's not before where it's maybe. I think these are very clear uptrend breaks here. Let's go back down to lower time frames. Let's look at the 4-hour again. So S&P is kind of like the Dow. We gapped up today on open, and then we've traded down all day long. This is where we opened today, all the way up here. There we go. Yeah, so very clear trend break here. Not yet a trend break on the Dow, but we are getting a we're getting one of those bearish divergences that we have on the NASDAQ and the S&P right here. So
Yep.
here you see we have a slightly lower high on our oscillator and higher high on price. Very clear. I think we're likely to see some follow through here, and I think we'll be able to take this at least back towards the 1340s. Although, what's this look like on higher time frames? Maybe we should actually be looking towards, let's get this out. 330s. I want to see us go back into the, no, because if we ended up back near the wick, then we'd be looking awfully triple toppy. Yeah, I wouldn't really call this a head and shoulders, but you could just see here that we've got this 2, 3, and we come back down to this area, and at that point you'd really be looking for the doors, I think. Maybe a window.
Yeah, I think if it gets sold off that far, we're in for further downside for sure.
Yeah, I'd be looking for, if 340 doesn't hold, I say we got to be going to like 325, maybe even the 320 area, which is one of our long-term buy-in areas we've got marked out here. Oh boy. It's such an ugly chart, man. Okay. So the dollar is threatening to break resistance. US markets are falling. That must mean that bonds are doing pretty good today, right? Let's take a look. Interesting. So this does not go with my narrative. No, this is yeah, here we go.
That's pretty close. Nothing's confirmed yet.
Maybe it's just like a little bit of a pullback here. On lower time frames, it certainly looks all set to keep going. Well, maybe not on the 15. We could come back here. 5-year. Kind of retesting support. 2-year. Traded down, back up. 10-year, traded down, back up, testing support. I don't know. You know, we did trade down today, but it's not necessarily bearish in the way that the charts look on the NASDAQ and stuff. But it still doesn't quite go with what we would expect ordinarily. Let's look at world markets. Aussie still at resistance. This looks like AIDS. China looked like it was finding support. Now it might be finding resistance here. So we had some support here. We're kind of trading inside the support area. I wouldn't do anything with this right now. We need a firmer breakdown here. France, very strong down day. Getting a confirmation here on time transformation of the continuation short. I'd be willing to take it all the way down towards 6,300.
I think it keeps expanding there. That looks like it's going to keep going on.
Hong Kong really seems to be finding resistance here. The UK, short the shit out of this. Oh my god. India, haha, it was a fake out. This is still resistance. Very interesting shorting area on India. Japan, we knew it, going down. Netherlands getting some follow through and and finally time transformation crossing under here, but I don't think it'll give us a short on time for the break. But this looks really rough here on the Netherlands. We're right up against support. If we don't keep going up, then we'll go down, right? That's the thing with parabolic trends. We have to keep increasing. If we don't accelerate, then that is weakness, and we break down. That's how it has to go with parabolic trends, guys. Singapore, threatening to rise today, but really just retesting resistance. Probably a rejection here. I'd be looking to short. Taiwan finally gave us a bearish divergence right here on the daily. Already getting some follow through. Three-day starting to cross under. I say this is still a big short. Silver, haha! I told you. So much for this. So much for the silver short squeeze. Ugly. Ugly, ugly.
Finally broke it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like we would maybe get some movement off of the trend line that we've been eyeing, but no dice. Probably taking silver down to $20 here. Really great shorting opportunity. Palladium, you guys were warned. We were at resistance, daily resistance, 3-day resistance. Breakdown. Oh my god. The humanity.
The horror.
Oh man. Yeah, I really like taking this all the way back down towards 1500. Let's see. We got a long-term uptrend here too. Got to keep an eye on. I like that. Yeah, okay. So we could pound at this a couple times here. But if this breaks, then I really do expect to see something like 1500. And then we have this less parabolic trend over here. Maybe we could return to that. That makes sense, right? Yeah, I like that.
Man, my fan and my computers went nuts.
Oh, market must be dumping.
I guess.
Oh. Didn't quite push up to 1950 like we had been eyeing, but this is kind of the area that we're looking for a reversal from. Reversal from gold. I think I'd like to see us push up towards 1850 one more time, like really push into this area. But you know, price doesn't necessarily have to give me what I want here. Certainly looks like we're maybe rejecting from resistance in this spot. Copper, I think, continues to show some weakness here. But we could get a retest of the highs. Good old Brently crude finding some support here at 72, 72.7. Look at that on lower time frames. Interesting volume stepping in. I think we still expect this to fall, but we could maybe rise towards $75 and retest it from the underside one more time. Soybeans continues hammering at resistance. I expect this to break down, move downwards more, at least sweep all the way down towards $13. Wheat, this looks like a real deal bounce here. With this 3-day close, at that point, you gotta expect some follow through, right? Look at this 3-day candle.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. WADA is so negative, though.
Yeah, it just turned around way too fast.
Yep.
I guess that's good for world markets right now. I think precious metals and world markets are showing us that we're probably going to get that breakout on the dollar, and it's probably going to happen on this weekend. Sunday night, Monday. So I'm thinking it's got to be some sort of news event.
News will follow.
Yeah. Come to think of it, I don't even think I really looked at Bitcoin dominance here. I saw just trading sideways today. slightly upwards. Interestingly, this is starting to get a little bit more bullish. I did redraw one of my trends. There's a lower time frame trend here that we're actually holding the uptrend. Right here. So I did redraw that overnight. So you guys may not have seen that update here, but maybe we've broken this uptrend. But the lower time frame one, we still have that here. So I suppose we could keep moving up here on Bitcoin dominance. What that might look like is if the markets went off a cliff here, which might happen if the dollar takes off. If that happens, then we would expect alts to fall more than Bitcoin. Probably stop a lot of people out into Bitcoin, which kind of helps hold up the price. And then, of course, just the differential in the ratio of more money flowing out of alts than out of Bitcoin is going to give us that rise in Bitcoin dominance here naturally. Uniswap perp. Slightly down today, but I don't know. We seem to actually be holding over resistance right here. Like, let's look at this high. Break above it. We come down. We trade inside the high. Get bought back up. Uniswap perp could diverge from the rest of the market here, guys. Remember, this is what we were kind of eyeing yesterday. And Uniswap perp is the strongest out of any of the alt perps right now. We've got Dragon perp, DeFi perp, Privacy perp. Exchange perp still showing a little bit of strength. This is something we would actually expect to see collapse if BNB collapses, but who knows if it will. And of course, shit perp, mid perp, and alt perp. All trading very close to one another right now. I guess I just don't have much to say here. I think we should just be holding our breath for this weekend. Because either the markets are gonna break down on Monday, or they'll have to bounce hard enough to take crypto with it, right? Because let's look at this. Like where are we ending on Nasdaq here? So to get back above this uptrend, we'd have to put in a good. This is time measuring tool. We probably have to make a new high here. Nasdaq, well, yeah. I mean, Nasdaq could put in a 2% day, but that's what I'm saying. It's not impossible that the markets bounce here, recover from the uptrend, and keep going. We've certainly have seen it plenty of times, but it would have to bounce really strongly, and I think the dollar would have to break down for that to happen, and that's what we would really need. So it feels like we're gonna have an answer real soon on what to do with the markets, one way or the other. Let's look at chart requests.
All right, let's do it. Gotta quickly note a comment that came in here. Chico Blanco Veron. Actually, no, it's Philly Carr. Philly Carr observes in the live chat, charts look like people are moving into cash. Yes, certainly looks that way. Cryptobull remarks 20% plus for staking BNB on Trust Wallet. Just saying. All right. And I see your requests. Mirko, hang tight. I'll add the request to the line in just a second. In the meantime, yeah, let's get into those requests. I'm going to hide this, and I'm going to reveal first request of today. Here we go. It's from Daniel, and yeah, it's not so much a request as he is remarking on UPCOIN, the biggest rug pull in history. Maybe just to humor us. Alex, if you don't mind, could you pull up the UPCOIN chart on ChartX?
Sure.
I just want to show everybody how ugly this looks. It's ticker. All right, there you go. That, my friends, is one epic rug pull.
You know,
That,
it
that
did go
reminds
up.
me of the Bybit commercial that I made. Like, that's a real one. We had to edit that. Damn.
It's a big one.
I hope they took profits.
Man.
All right, Daniel, thank you for bringing UPCOIN to our attention. I was just scrolling through Twitter, reading about it. This is relatively breaking news. In fact, did we look at this on the hourly? I'm just curious, how many hours ago was this?
It was yesterday.
Okay, it was yesterday. All right, so still, Twitter is abuzz over this particular rug pull. It's funny because I'm scrolling on Twitter, and just like, right before the rug pull, there's all this shilling, like, oh, UPCOIN, I'm making a killing on UPCOIN, get in now, and yes, alas, this is how these things end. Rest in peace, UPCOIN holders. All right, there is a brief look at the rug pull, as Daniel calls it, the biggest rug in history. All right, well, I don't know if it's the biggest one, but I'm sure it was notable. All right, let's get into the first official request of the day. It comes from Gravy Grits and Greens on DLive. He writes, I'm requesting Tezos XTZ USD. Could you please look at this on the daily and the weekly? Tezos, let's do it.
I mean, on the daily, there's really nothing for us to do. We're still hanging around. I guess not quite inside our moving average anymore, but we just don't have any momentum, like in either direction. So we just don't really want to take any trades on this right now. At this point, I think if we move back up, I'd want to see a retest of this area right here. See high, consolidation, support, resistance. So maybe back around 440, 450. Like I said, I just don't see any reason to take a trade with it right now. Actually, we got a ways below us before there's a real support level. See, resistance here, support here. So I'd be pretty cautious. Weekly. Weekly is arguably worse. So we've got a break of the uptrend on the weekly. So yeah. I would probably be looking for.
We're currently in a short on XTZ.
Retest of the dollar, maybe. Actually, it's much more likely that we shake off late shorters, move back up, and retest the other side of this trend, which you guys will know we've seen fairly often.
Test the underside of the trend.
Yeah, exactly. So come back up here, test the other side of this trend from here, and then get the breakdown. Either way, I wouldn't be looking to long it in this area. What's next?
All right, Gravy Grits and Greens. There's your look at Tezos. Let's go ahead and hop into the next request. We have AXS, Axie Infinity for Crypto Caveman. He's asking to look at the 4-hour and the daily.
Looks maybe a little topped out for now. Let me. Yeah, there we go. So You can see on lower time frames, we've already sort of broken the uptrend here. I imagine we'll probably come back up to peg $25 again. Try and unload your position around $25, and then let's see about maybe trying to buy back in near 15 or maybe even $10. I mean, I know it's like this really big pullback, but I mean, dude, we're up 800% here, so maybe expect a pretty significant pullback. Well, where would an 80% pullback from here take us? Maybe we don't need an 80%, but like a 75% pullback would take us right down here. 60% pullback, 65%, just 2/3, would take us to the previous high. So why not, right? I think we're all, like, half of us are sitting in cryptos that are already down like 70% from their highs. So it's totally doable from this parabolic movement, man. So yeah. I would definitely be taking profits on the break of this parabolic trend. Yeah. What's next?
All right, there was your look at AXS. Shout outs to Crypto Caveman for that one. Let me know if we missed anything. Shout outs to Caveman. All right. XMR for Jane Doe on YouTube is next. XMR on the daily.
It's the same chart as Bitcoin. I got nothing extra to say.
Not a whole lot to add on Monero. Yes,
I think it certainly seems as if we're going to break down, but it could still kind of go either way. We need more, and we've got no momentum whatsoever, just like Bitcoin. What's next?
All right, I need more power, Captain. Let's get into this next one. All right, Crypto Bull, I do see your request. Hang tight, I'll add that to the list. In the meantime, go ahead and look at Tomo. Tomo for Chico. He says, please look at Tomo on the weekly.
Okay. Interesting. Cool, it recovered the uptrend here. It looks strong, but we're at resistance right now. This is just not an area where we want to be buying. That being said, if you're still in it, seem to be holding the uptrend here. Yeah, I had it drawn right the first time. This is probably the uptrend. Maybe this is more like the uptrend. Yeah. Whatever, this is fine. Yeah, I'm not really interested in this area right here. This is very strong resistance at $2.90, $3. So you could stay in this a little bit longer. We're about 15-20% away. This is actually, look at this linearly. This is actually another right around at $3 or so. Yeah, it's right around 15%. I'm not sure the juice is worth the squeeze from this spot. Or maybe we could push all the way up to 318. I'll tell you what, though. If we did close above $3 on the weekly, I think this is probably worth taking. Like this, maybe it's not an area that I want to take right now. But if we closed up there, then that would be really enticing. I think $3. If we could close above $3 on Tomo Chain, then I'd want it. What's next?
All right. Franklin MC in the D Live chat asks, what tool are you using to show these charts? Crypto Bull 21 below answers Trading View with CC's indicators on there. That's right. We're using Trading View to chart all these markets. And we do include, of course, our CC indicator suite on a lot of the charts you see on the channel here. In-house formulated indicators to make trading that much easier. Be sure to check out premium.crackencryptocurrency.com for more info on some of those indicators. All right, in the meantime, let's have a look here. Yeah, they also use ChartX as Rule Maximus. Indeed, we use something called chartx.pro. That's chartex.pro for charting some of these Uniswap gems. Let's get into the next request. We have Raven, RVN, for Chico. He says, I know it's a real, but please do RVN. All right.
Alex, you sly devil.
You slide, dog.
Nice buy zone.
Yeah, that's funny. I even pointed that out to because I'm not on Binance currently due to the FUD and stuff like that, and them catching my account. But RVN was one of the signals that I would have got last night.
Maybe this is a linear trend. Let's take a look. I like it. Yeah, I like it. It's kind of hard for us to take the signal in this spot, where it's like the continuation long really came over here. We're a couple days late. It's probably worth still taking. And also, we've got a really well delineated stop point here. So I would not mind a stop below this area, because as you can see, sellers just could not push below this area. Push, 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 push. This is a lot of days we sold into this area, and we didn't make any headway. And then buyers step in today. We get a big movement up. Yeah, it's good looking. I like Ravencoin. I like it here.
Raven.
Remember when people used to ask me about Ravencoin back near its all-time lows? Like,
vaguely.
What do you think about Ravencoin today? It's making a new all-time low. Don't buy it. Oh man, bear market.
All right. Well, there's a look at Raven for Chico. Great minds think alike, he says. All right, looks like you guys are seeing the same thing on that chart. There's your look at Raven. How we doing on time? All right, we're less than 10 minutes to go. We're close to 8 minutes to go for giving away that chest lemon giveaway. Opening the chest on D Live, I should say. Let's, I'm going to prep to deploy some lemons very shortly. In the meantime, let's introduce the next request. It's the following for Boris Bitcoin. Happy Friday all. I have two requests here. FTT USD for a short, and how does NEM look for a long? Now later he did clarify FTT is no longer qualifying for a short, but another user did ask about FTT as well. So let's give the FTT chart a good look. That's one of the next requests anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It did have a nice buyback today. It doesn't qualify for a short anymore. Yeah, we'll just have to wait until it actually finishes breaking down here. But it's certainly in a spot where I would be interested. But we need more momentum, guys. And that's the problem, is the market's been trading so sideways. And let's face it, these aren't big movements. It's like 2 or 3% down, 1 or 2% down, you know, maybe sometimes 5% down. We don't have a lot of momentum here, and so a lot of these things that look like shorts, they're not shorts. We got zoom in, guys. Don't be afraid to zoom in on your indicator and make sure you're actually have enough momentum to be signaling. But you said FTT, it was probably a lot better earlier on today, but definitely something to keep our eyes on. It was FTT what?
We got a buyback.
Besides FTT, I'm not sure what Jason just said, but besides FTT, he wants to look at NEM. Yes, one of the top gainers on today's leaderboard. NEM up nearly 30%.
Mm.
Ooh.
Okay, I will consider this to be a broken trend because I drew this line all the way back in, I think, March based on these two highs. So let's put on line mode here. Apparently I didn't do a very good job drawing it. I could have made it even tighter. Come on, Alex. Where can I grab this line? Is this a ray? Yeah, this is totally a ray. Never mind. There's no end. Why? Linear. Probably a linear trend. Not really a bad continuation long signal, right? Do we have more data somewhere? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. That's that real data right there.
Yeah, me and Alex were talking about this earlier. I like how many dips we've gotten on this and where it's catching support.
Yeah, this definitely made people very sad several times over. You know, we got the top buyers at the top. Boom. Think we're going to go. Boom. Boom again. Oh, well, maybe we can bounce here. Boom. Ouch. Oh, well,
that's more
certainly right now we're bouncing. Ow. Oh, no. Ow.
Yeah, because someone probably shorted it.
Yeah. I like this area for resistance, for support. Look at that. Got resistance here, support here, support here. Oh, yeah, look, it was even support back in July of 2017.
The crypto heartbeat. Deep. Deep.
I think this is a good area to be looking for support. This has been a consolidation area. This has been support before. I think we even wicked down in this area back in. Yep. Let's look at the weekly real quick here. Yeah, this area makes sense to be finding support. We may need some more consolidation here. Maybe we push down in this area a few more times. I cannot guarantee we bounce right here. But with time transformation giving us a nice little oversold reversal signal at an area of support resistance that historically speaking has held. So this isn't like, you know, oh, it held last year. This is also resistance back in 19. This is also support back in 2017. Okay. Very intriguing. What's next?
All right, there was an extended look at NEM for Boris Bitcoin. I did see a question pop up here from Crypto Bull. NEM is part of the Dragon Perp Index, he asks. And yes, I'm pretty sure I just checked, and indeed, NEM is part of the Dragon Perp Index. Once again, thank you to Boris Bitcoin for that one. He also gave FTT a look there as well. All right, we are 2 minutes, just 2 minutes to go for the chest opening. I'm going to go stock up that chest right now. And in the meantime, let's introduce this next request. We have Mirko over on DLive requesting Eternity and Pirate Chain. All right, Eternity is ticker symbol AE. Okay, you might be already familiar with it. Top trading pair of Huobi. Elivians, get ready for that chest. About 90 seconds.
I certainly am not seeing much here worth, our time. This didn't even have like a real much of an alt season. Even EOS had a better alt season than this thing did. And EOS didn't have much of an alt season last year. Yeah, still down today. Look, man, I don't know why you would want to be in this right now. Unless you've got some good fundamental reason, then feel free to catch the ninth, but we could keep dropping here. We could drop another 25, 30%. What's next? Was that AE and what?
It was AE as well as Pirate Chain ARRR.
All right.
30 seconds to go for the chest opening. Stand by.
Still not enough of a bounce for us to be interested in it. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I think I might be interested if we closed back above 250 at all. If we made one more new high, if we broke above this range at all. Don't forget, because we got this resistance right here. So if we broke above this resistance area between like 230 and 250 and started closing above it, I'd be willing to take that all the way up to 350, maybe $4 up in this area right here. This is not really... It's a decent setup, but I'm not really looking to catch any more knives right now. I don't think you should be either. What's next?
All right, next is going to be the chest opening, guys. I'm going to give it about 15 seconds. So right about the time you hear this warning, it should be appearing on your screen. Here comes that chest, distributing rewards. Good luck, everyone. Here's a little preview of my distribution prompt. Here you can see we're about 20 seconds to go. You get your lemons in now. Let's make sure you claim. Your DLive window should be giving you the claim right now. If you don't see it, sometimes you got to refresh your DLive window. Mobile users have even more issues, but good luck, everybody. We're giving away a whopping 600 plus lemons today.
Yeah, that's thousands of dollars.
It's incredible what we managed to do here. Philanthropy on a whole other level. Okay, the lemons have been handed out. Congrats to our big winners today. Crypto Bull 21 with 139 lemons. Taz Blitz with 80 lemons. Any Word with 58. Yours truly with 46. And Alex 81SG with 39 lemons. Okay, you know what we do. We put those lemons right back in the chest for another giveaway. This next one's going to come to you by Monday. All right, enough of that, guys. Let me just throw an ice cream in the pot real quick, and let's get into the next request. we have the Splashy 85 here, and he's writing, good evening guys, could you check out KCS and FTT moves for the weekend? Alright, we've already given FTT, the FTX token, a look, but let's give KCS a gander.
You guys know I like being a buyer around $10 for right now. If we started closing below $10, then I might want to be out. But for right now, I don't think this is a bad area to be a buyer. Maybe look for some kind of bounce. I may be setting my stop just directly below this even. Maybe we're buying a top here though. Like what are we really doing? We've got this break of our uptrend right here. You know, I could see us push from $10 all the way back towards 20. You'll really retest the highs. Yeah, and on the 3-day, we're already starting to cross under here. You know, I really can't say. I think I'm biased for a $10 to $20 trade, and then after that, I'm just not sure if we top out here or if maybe KuCoin can keep going. After all, we've with KuCoin with KuCoin shares with KuCoin shares doing really well with the start of the KuCoin community chain. This is, it could have more legs upwards. I'm just cautious here against being bullish on something when the rest of the market is so bearish. Yeah, but, you know, trade the chart in front of you, I guess. But this is like long-term resistance. All right, so we rejected from the previous all-time high. Boom. I think it could make sense to see us retest that high again. Yeah, I think the $10 to $20 trade still has some sense to it. What's next?
All right, there was Splashy's look at KCS. Thanks again, Splashy. Here we go. This is the final request of the day, barring any late requests in the live chat. I'll quickly check the live chat in just a minute. In the meantime, let's get to this final request. Crypto Bull requesting comp Bitcoin pairing, compound BTC.
Looks pretty topped out to me. So the way I see this is that we have a long-term resistance level that we're at. Let's see. Can you move this down? Yeah, so support here, resistance, resistance, fake out, resistance again, curled under here on our oscillator. I think there's more reason to think that we're likely to sweep back towards the bottom of the range than we are to break out, right? Got this unfortunate break of the uptrend. Push up, push up, push up, nothing. Yeah, I think it's more likely that comp trades down against Bitcoin here. What's next?
All right, a couple last minute requests coming in. We're going to take a look at these two very shortly. We do have about 9 minutes to go in the show, so guys, I do appreciate these last couple requests, but this is likely all we're going to be able to fit in here. All right, one more Bitcoin pairing is up next. It's BNB Bitcoin for Blackbird.
I'm not really sure what to do with this here. It's kind of an interesting continuation signal, but we haven't really gotten much follow through. I just don't really like it in this spot. We're still at resistance, if you ask me. There's still a lot of resistance overhead. And if this area doesn't hold resistance, then I see this area maybe is holding resistance, and then we've got this level of resistance overhead. It's like, man, we're gonna hit our head on every fucking branch of the tree. So, I don't know. Maybe this is like a real break of the downtrend right here, and in that case, we could maybe retest 1.2 million sats, but I feel pretty cautious right here. I don't really like it. What's next?
All right, there was a look at BNB Bitcoin for your boy Blackbirdo in the live chat. Shout out to Blackbird. I did not miss your BNB request. We did it. Thank you so much. What do we have left? This is my last request on the board. It comes from Ali Sami or Sane over on YouTube. Mr. Ali writes, "Hey Alex, can you take a look at the following?" All right, I'm not sure if we can do all three of these, but Alex, it's going to be your pick. Litecoin, BNB, and EOS. Kinda,
well,
I already did BNB.
Yeah, and I would say that a lot of these are trading relatively close to each other. Litecoin USDT. Let's listen to Alex of the past here and look to buy Litecoin around $100. So let's see, it's a pretty strong support level in the past. So back in 2018, so I think it makes sense to be looking to be a buyer there this time here too. Plus the VPVR is so suggestive. Look at that. Look at that liquidity right there. Yeah, this looks slightly better here. Right now, we're kind of hanging around support resistance. Let's see. Resistance here. So support here. Boom, boom. Resistance. 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 Support. Support. So we could continue finding support in this area. I just don't expect much of a move below 250, 275 area. There's just too much support. Long-term support. But I mean, there's a possibility that we could come down and retest the point of control. We know how price loves to do that. What's next?
All right. Well, he had two other requests besides. Well, I don't know if you've given EOS a look. Okay, so you've looked at EOS. Did Litecoin give?
Literally looking at the EOS screen right now.
Yep. So you got EOS. We looked at BNB. Litecoin is the only thing that remains, assuming you.
Litecoin was what I looked at first. BNB.
Really?
We
Well then, that's another request, another Friday installment, pretty much coming to a head here. That's it. That's the last request. Thank you again, everybody who contributed a request for today, and thank you everybody, of course, who took a stab at the lemons. I appreciate all the lemon donations that come our way. Bitcoin currently 31,936. Is the breakdown or the break up imminent? Let's check in with that poll very briefly, and then we'll move to wind the show down. Let's do it. All right, one last time, I'm going to drop the link to the poll in the live chat if anybody wants to take a look at our community tab on our YouTube page. In the meantime, let's get this opened up, and here we go. Quickly reset this, and bada boom. Okay, apparently we're looking at the wrong one. Let's pull up the correct one. Go. All right. One last gander at today's poll. It is the following. What sort of price action do you predict will happen this July weekend? That's right, guys. We already tapped another multi-week low here. We just tapped 31K in the overnight session. It seems to be hanging over a dangerous precipice. What do you think Bitcoin's price will do over this weekend? Options, of course, are 31K was another local bottom for Bitcoin, and it pumps now. I think we're about to break up from here. This next move is up. We've done testing the lows. We're going up. This first option's for you. Second option, of course, Bitcoin will continue downwards. 30K or below is imminent. Do you think we're about to experience a major breakdown? Are we about to test at least 30K, or heck, even go lower, go sub 30 this weekend? Those are your two options for today's poll. I gotta say, I'm leaning mighty bearish. I'm gonna click the bearish option to see how this looks. All right, here are the results. Almost 80% of respondents, 19 votes in, almost 80% of respondents say we're going down. Just 21% of you say we think we're going to go up. All right, gonna click that like button, guys. That does help our polls out a bit. And yeah, we're also gonna like these two comments that came through here. Thanks again, guys. All right, well, at least we know what our community thinks is coming our way next. Our challenging times. Don't let the bearishness get to you, but of course, be prudent, be safe, protect your assets, protect your portfolio, do what you must. All right. Finally, one other thing I'll mention before we wind this down is get this. And yep, here we go. Here's fight night. Yes, the weekend, guys. The weekend is upon us. So what that means, another UFC weekend heading our way. And as always, gonna have a watch party tomorrow in the premium lounge. Well, let's take a look here. We have UFC fight night. Makhachev versus Moises. Diego Moises, not sure how to pronounce his name. That is the main event.
Tiago,
yep. Tiago in the lightweight event versus Mr. Makhachev. Everybody wants to, and UFC fans in here. We have quite a few regulars. It's always a great time. I look forward, of course, to seeing you guys in the premium lounge tomorrow. Gonna be checking this out. All right, not much more to add to that. We are pretty much gonna move to wrap right here, right now. Once again, thanks everybody who made this another week in the bag, made this week possible. Another week of July already done and behind us. Still got this very interesting price action coming our way over this weekend, but otherwise things are about done. And thank, of course, our analysts enough. Alex and Jason, thank you again for helping host this show this week. Thank you to Crypto Bull for keeping up with all the timestamps. That does go a long way. And of course, a big thank you to our moderators, everybody in the Discord. It does help us do what we do here. Mr. Ether, Payday, Crypto Bull, Bob the Builder, and Dark Rico. So many of you as regulars and moderators, thank you so much. Of course, our audience, same deal, guys. Couldn't do without you. I definitely love all our regulars. Thank you to Profit Bear, Crypto Bull, Anyword, Tazblitz, Chico. Chico asks, are we normies or really smart? Maybe somewhere in between. Mr. Ether, quick down, then V-shape and return to the bull run. All right, Mr. Ether, still expecting a stab down before the big pop-off in the
400K
price.
by August.
Yes, Mr. Ether, very bullish. He wants to see at least new all-time highs by August, if not very lofty all-time highs. Yes, indeed, Crypto Bull. Thanks for CC making everything possible. Yeah, thank you guys as well. All right, how are we doing on time? 3:01, where we wrap. Final words to our analysts.
Trade safely.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend could size up to be an interesting one if we start getting that break on lower time frames. So I would say just pay attention to like the 1 hour and the 4 hour break of trend, and then we might have a wacky weekend. I mean, there's just no way of knowing at this point. So just make sure you're assessing your risk properly.
All right, well said. Guys, you know where to find us. We'll be in the Discord, discord.krakencryptocurrency.com. Also, if you missed any part of this show, you want to catch up on any of the requests or any of the markets that we looked at today, timestamps will be in the YouTube description below. Usually within 60 minutes of the show wrapping up. You can easily catch that video on demand replay along with the timestamps, reference any of the analysis you might have missed or want to review. That's it though. Catch you in the Discord. Peace out, guys.
Goodbye.